Hey, this is Guy from Coach Party. We're here at Ventnor Fringe. We're playing tonight. We're going to be having our ACS in-ear monitors on the go. It's been a huge step up moving to the ACS in-ears. Maybe the last year and a half we've been using them. Just the comfort, the way they stay in for the whole show is quite a pro point of them. Sonically, it's so much more enjoyable to play with those in. I think the main difference we hear from what we used to use is just the clarity and the detail of each instrument, but also the feel of the instrument in terms of its weight and the size of each thing. It's not just like a little crunchy sound in your ear. You're hearing the instrument and you're hearing the whole band. It just feels natural is probably the word. Yeah. It definitely improves the performance because for a start, you're not you haven't got your finger in your ear for the whole show trying to keep them in. They're just the fit is so good. And then we use the vented model, so we have a bit of ambient sound coming in, enough to give you a sense of what's happening on stage and what the audience is up to, but not so much that it gets in the way of your mix. So it just feels like you're playing a proper gig. Yeah, with the vented model, we each need a lot less in the ears, so we just need the key ingredients, maybe the kick, snare, bass, guitar. We don't necessarily need the ambient mics or the overheads because we're getting enough of that just naturally in the room. And thanks to that, I think we all find ourselves we used to come off stage with our ears ringing, even with in-ears, but now with this model, we come off stage and we're not shouting at each other. We actually just we don't feel fatigued. It's good. We have our own monitoring rack, so we travel with a monitor desk. And assuming we're using our own mics and DIs, then each night it's pretty much the same. We just plug in, as long as we've plugged everything in correctly, then everything just is ready to go. We maybe do small tweaks depending on what room we're in. Yeah, and we're not up against the room in terms of where is it going to feed back or anything like that. We just have a nice sound going to our ears. I'd say everyone that I know, myself included, is always really reluctant to move from wedges to in-ears because you expect it to just ruin the vibe and think, I'm not going to be able to hear everyone else on stage, or feel isolated or anything like that. But I also don't know anyone who has tried it and then not realised that this is the way to go. So I think, just for every reason, just for the consistency from gig to gig of what you're hearing, for protecting your hearing, because even if you're on a wedge and you're using earplugs, everyone ends up taking the earplugs out because it does ruin the vibe. But this is the perfect medium. I think we particularly like working with ACS because they're very personal business. So we know the people there. We can phone them up. We know their names, and if we have an emergency, they'll sort us out. They're that kind of classic cheesy thing that they're small enough to care but big enough to deliver.